Hi everyone and welcome to this video. So this is another solar update. It's been such a long time since I did one, so this one's really much due. So I've done one very major change to the system, and I did this change weeks ago, but you know what it's like, we get so busy and I've got the kids and work and whatever. Anyway, so what is the change? What have I done? Well, essentially, there was an Arduino Nano which was also in here, and I've finally been able to get rid of the Nano and use the SP32. So for those of you who don't remember, the problem with it was that I simply couldn't get the SP32 to work with the RS485 to TTL converter, which is here, and it was because of Modbus. It just wouldn't work. But anyway, I managed to get that working, and it took a long time, but I managed to get it working. I found out what was going on. It was to do with the library, basically. So I'm going to do another video on that in future, so you know, to help people to get RS485 Modbus working with ESP32. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, so that was the first problem that I sorted out. So as soon as I sorted that out, I was able to not rely on the Nano for that thing. And then the other thing was the ADS 1105. I think that's the one that I used to use. Now I'm using the ADS 1115, which is far superior, and that's just there. So I'll just show you those two modules to start with and make this a bit easier. So there's the RS485 there, and there's the ADS 1115 there. So obviously that's the external ADC, and that's the converter like I just said. And then over here I've also added a load of resistors, and they are pull down resistors, and the reason being is that some of the inputs on the ESP32 are not, well, let's just say they're not as good as some on the Arduino Nano, and basically these are pull down resistors, and that's because the resistors have no pull up or the inputs, or some of the inputs on here, have no pull up or pull down resistors on. So if you leave them floating, they really are floating, and then you get all sorts of weird things going on in the SP32. So yeah, these are pull down resistors, and these are from the buttons here, these buttons, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know if you remember, but that turns the AI on or off. That turns the contactors, flips the contactors so we can have mains or solar. This is to turn the inverter on, and that's shut down. Anyway, let's zoom back out. So what other changes have I made? Well, with the ADS 1115 or the ADS 1105 or whatever, that also wouldn't work with the ESP32, and basically it's because I2C doesn't work easily on the ESP32 either. But again, there's a solution to that, and it took me ages to find it and all that, but I did it eventually. And with those two changes, I was able to not rely on the Nano anymore. So I got rid of the Nano, and as you can see here, now there's no Nano. I've got the ESP32 talking directly to the ADS 1115 and the RS485 to TTL converter. And other than that, the conversion from the Nano to purely the ESP32 worked very well. So I've added some more things as well. As you can see, there's this terminal thing here, which is much better than the way it used to be, because I used to have a connector block or something, but this is a lot better. So that's that. So I suppose I might as well show you it working. So I've got the little remote here, so I'll just press any key to turn the LCD on. Let's see if I can show you. This doesn't tend to work very well. Well, it works very well here, but the camera doesn't pick it up very well. Anyway, so we've got it there. I don't know if you can see though. It's going to pick it up? Not very well. But anyway, so there are the statistics, and it's still not perfect, because you can see connected, no. So in other words, it's not connected to Wi-Fi, and it's not connected to my server. Now I can restart it and maybe it'll work. Okay, now it's connected to Wi-Fi and it's connected to the server, so yeah, that's good. But anyway, I'm going to override it and I'm going to show you this thing working. So I'll override it, say AI off. That now allows me to control everything about it. So power source is currently mains. I'm going to switch that over to solar and you'll hear the contactors flick over. There you go. So now it's on solar, but there's no power at the moment. Now when AI does this, it turns the inverter on and then switches over. But because I've done it manually, I've switched it over and then, you know, I've not got the inverter on yet, so currently there's no power. So just to show you, if I go down here, all the way down, you can see that there's a battery charger there. I'll just zoom out a bit actually. It's a battery charger. So now I'm going to turn the inverter on, because now it's on solar. Turn the inverter on, and now power's on, and it's charging the battery. So I'll go back up. Oops, there we go. And yeah, I can turn the inverter back off and I can switch over to mains and whatever. So if I switch over to mains, the electric shouldn't go off because of course you don't need the inverter to be on. It'll just switch over straight away. So I'll do that. Yeah, and the battery charger didn't turn off because it's that fast. Although some devices like a computer probably would, but there you go. So anyway, let me just zoom out again and show you this again. So that's the solar panel power system as it currently stands, and it's currently working very well. But there are a couple of little issues I need to sort out, mainly to do with the screen. I want the screen to be landscape. I want it to show like one menu at a time. I've done the programming for that, but I haven't flashed it over yet. And what else? There are a couple of other little issues, like it needs testing properly. I mean, right now, if I was to go into my office, well, I'd have to plug in my office power into this socket here. But if I was to plug it in and go into my office, it would work fine on solar. I've tried that lots of times and it would work perfectly fine. But there are some little things I need to sort out. And what they are is, I want this to work. I want this to work perfectly, even if it can't connect to the internet. Because sometimes, if this crashes for whatever reason, like, or the internet doesn't work or whatever, this won't know what to do. Like, it won't get its time anymore, and it won't get yesterday's sundown anymore, and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I need to do little things like that to get it to work fully. But there you go. That's the solar power panel system up to now. I've also moved some of the panels away as well. You know, moved them off next door's reef onto my reef. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.